of an angel, calling, swirling like a cloud above my head. I hear the sound of loss and loneliness.
Hello everyone, and welcome back to another Bring It On show. I'm so excited. Lilian Bayerga here to introduce to you our special guest. She goes by the name of Jeneen TERRANA. And I have a little secret to share with all of you guys about our host, Stevie D. He recently went under a transgender change. He was worked on the best doctors of New York City. But with further ado, I would love to introduce to you our new host by the name of Kaytlin.
Hello, just kidding. It's just me. Stevie D is still here, but he is on the production side of things. He is supporting us, and I am taking over with my right-hand gal here, Lilian. So I'm very excited. I think we're going to have a lot of fun tonight. We do have Jeneen TERRANA with us.
Hi, guys.
And you are so talented.
Thank
You're
you.
from New York, correct?
I grew up in Buffalo, New York.
Buffalo, New York. So
kind of,
yeah. Not the city, but close by.
Yeah.
But you do so much. You write your own songs, you sing them, you play guitar, you're a solo artist. But where did this all start?
That's a very good question. I don't think it was ever in my plan to be a solo artist. I grew up loving musical theater, and I also had this love of rock music. So somewhere along the way, I discovered that I could write songs. I think it was somewhere after I moved to New York, and then I started playing guitar because I would get these gigs and I had nobody to play with me. So I said, well, if I could just learn a couple chords, then I could do these gigs on my own, and that just kind of turned into something else completely. So it was just
awesome.
Yeah, kind of by chance that I ended up doing all that.
You have a couple albums, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you released one more recently, correct?
I did, yeah.
So what was the inspiration for that?
That one is an EP, so it's a little shorter than the others, and it's called Fallen, and it's the progression of love or relationship, so to speak. So you have like the first stage where you're just kind of falling for somebody when you're wondering, do they like you? And then there's the next stage where you're like, okay, now I know they like me and I like them, so you kind of get a little bit obsessed.
Yep.
And then there's like the next stage where you're kind of wondering, is this thing going to last? And then, sometimes it goes to the final stage where you have to say goodbye to somebody. So it just goes through that progression of love. And I didn't really intend it to be that way. It just kind of happened that they were all kind of about love, but in different different areas of love, so I put them together like that.
Nice. And we're going to hear some songs today from that album, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Which ones? Are all of them from that one?
No, we're going to hear Fast Lane,
okay.
Which is from that album, and that's kind of, well, the other title for that song is On Your Way, so that's the, see you later part of
right.
the romance.
The way out.
Exactly.
Well, good. Do you have anything to add, Lilian?
I just can't wait to listen to the song. How much time do we have before we get to hear that?
A couple minutes. I did want to, the first song we're going to listen to is called My Creation, right? Mm-hmm. And there's a line in there that stuck out to all of us when we heard it, and it's, correct me, hell is denying who you truly are inside. Mm-hmm. And where did that come? I mean, that's amazing. That's true. Like, suffering day to day if you're not really accepting who you are, living out your true life. So I just don't know where that came from. Or
yeah, that song came at a part of my life where I was doing a lot of soul searching, and I had taken this course at Landmark, this course called The Forum, and it's all about taking personal responsibility for your life. And up until that point, I had never heard anything like this, that my life was the sum of my choices, and the people treat me the way I teach them how to treat me, and things like that. It just kind of blew my mind, and I started reading all these books about, your life is your creation, and so I had to write this song about it. It was, all these things were burning inside of me, like, you know, if you're not true to yourself, then you're just torturing yourself for your whole life. So that's where that line came from. But just realizing that, you know, you have to take responsibility and make choices. Every little and big choice leads you to where you are, and all the choices you make throughout the day lead you to where you're going to be in, you know, the next year or 5 years, you know, etc.
That's amazing. That's such an awesome like message to have for yourself and for people listening to your music. Where do you think you'll be in like a few years? What are your goals with your music? While we have a few minutes.
That's a great question. Yeah, you know,
kind of just going with it.
I have been working on a few projects with some friends. A friend in particular, we wrote a musical together. He wrote the book for the musical, and I wrote the music, which is not something I ever thought I would do. Everything's kind of come full circle with musical theater. So my goal is to write my own musical and put that out there in the world. Yeah.
Well, we look forward to it. So right now, we're going to take a little break, and we're going to listen to My Creation, these incredible lyrics. I hope you guys like it.
Well, sometimes I feel so old in this skin. Sometimes I feel so good in this skin. At times I like to shed my skin and get on with it. Well, what will I choose today? Will I be haunted by words I heard someone else say? Or open up my heart, listen to my soul? It's my word, it's my creation. It's my creation. Well, I read somewhere that our lives are the way they are because of the choices we've made or failed to make. I read somewhere else that hell is denying who we really are inside. Here's a quote for you. Every passing minute is a chance to turn it all around. So change is a constant. Now which way a thing changes, that depends on you and what you choose. I choose to feel love today. I choose to be peace today. I choose to love full out, live full out, take a chance and step out. I choose not to play it safe. I choose absolute vulnerability. I choose sheer transparency. I choose to be me. I choose to let go and be free. I choose a heart so open you can see the love pour out. I choose to wear my wisdom like a coat. I choose my power. I choose to sing and let me sell it. My body cries out, 'cause this is my world. It's my creation. Yeah, this is my world. It's my creation. This is your world. This is my.
So we're back, guys. That was amazing. I really loved
you.
it.
Thanks.
So where'd you film that video?
Stevie D actually did a production of Bring It On Live, and we did it at a place called Life, the Place to Be. And so, you know, a lot of the acts that have been on the show before were at that showcase. It was really fun. We had a great night.
And sorry, what were you going to
No, is that place still around? Life?
I believe so. Yes, it is.
Okay.
I got a nod.
a revival concert.
Where is it? What can
It is Ardsley. Why couldn't I think of the name? It's in Ardsley, New York.
Very cool. And in the video, you were playing with a band, but you usually are pretty like solo, right? Was that different for you?
Well, I kind of go between the two. I have a group of guys that I love working with, and I try to work with them as much as possible. And then if I have to travel for a gig or if it's a smaller venue, I might do something solo. Working with the band is really, really fun, and I wish I could do it all the time. And I, you know, in New York, it's a little complicated because not all gigs pay well, or if at all. So when it's time to bring a band in, I don't like to abuse the talent. So I always want to try to give them something. So I try not to call on him unless it's, you know, a really important show, and
Right.
you know, I'm able to compensate them somehow.
Well, that's
Yeah.
awesome.
Is there something that you would like to share with our viewers? Something that maybe that they won't know about you that you'd like to share with our viewers today?
That's a good question too. Let's see. I have 6 nieces and nephews, and they're all under the age of 10. They're very cute and lovely children, so I love spending time with them when I can. Most of them are in Buffalo, so I go visit them a couple times a year, and everyone's getting so big.
Make
It's
a
crazy.
new album about them, maybe.
That's a
one day.
great idea.
I was hoping to hear a little bit about the baking and something to that.
Yeah.
TV network. Yeah. Tell us everything.
Yeah, like you
That's
fed
so
them.
interesting.
I was just like, wow, that's pretty cool. I want to know what she cooked for them. So can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, so food is very important in my family. It's just, you know, what everyone does when I go visit. We eat and then plan the next meal, but I didn't really get the savory gene. I got the sweet gene. So I feel like,
tooth,
yeah,
so,
you're
yeah.
either kind of one or the other.
We should be
It seems
friends.
like it's hard to be good at both. But I started baking, you know, as a kid. I used to just watch my mom bake, and she'd let me help her, and it just kind of got out of hand. At one point, my friend was like, you know, you're really good at this, so I'm gonna pay for some classes for you. So for Christmas one year, she got me a baking class, and then a chocolate tempering class, and then it was a cake decorating class, and then it was wedding cake decorating. So I started doing these really elaborate cakes, and food and music go really well together, so you know, I started combining them and bringing it to gigs and stuff like that, just to give away to people. And
That's sick.
yeah, it's just a passion of mine.
And TV network picked it up.
Oh, that's right. So yeah, I made an album called See the Light, and I put it on a crowdfunding site called Rocket Hub. Some friends of mine launched that site, and my rewards were all food based. So it was like either a handwritten recipe or
People like to eat.
yeah. So I, you know, sent an email to Food Network because they were casting for a show. They wanted great stories around food and creative ideas, you know. So I said I funded my album basically with food. And so
That's amazing.
So they ended up filming in my apartment this 4-layer chocolate cheesecake that I make. And when you watch this video, it's on YouTube, you can look it up, but it looks like we just made one cake, but it's actually 5 different cakes in every
Wow.
stage of the baking process, because you have to be prepared
Right.
to like shoot everything really quickly. So they're like, okay, we need stage 1, stage 2, 3, 4, 5. So when they left, I had 6 cakes completed by the time they left.
so
It was
funny.
What is the
insane.
YouTube address that the viewers can actually see that?
If you put in the search bar Food Network Jeneen, it should come up. And it's the whole episode.
That's awesome.
I'm on half the episode. And then the other half of the episode is a firefighter who makes a buffalo lasagna, which just looks to die for.
That sounds ridiculous.
It's amazing. Well, I haven't
So
tried it, but it's amazing.
you've done a lot, and you've written a lot of songs. You're like a Taylor Swift. Do you feel like you'll ever run out of lyrics? I mean, I feel like your life just, you have niece and nephews, you're on the Food Network, so you have a lot of things that happen that you continue to find things, I guess, to write about. But do you ever have like moments where you just can't think of songs anymore?
There are definitely moments. When I first started writing, it was fictional. It was, you know, nothing to do with me personally, just stories. And then there was a point where it started to get really personal, and it was like everything was a song lyric. Everything I was going through was a song lyric. And I feel like I've kind of circled back now, where I'm starting to write more fictional songs, you know, about...
I'm so inspired.
But there are days when I'm like, I have no idea what to write about right now. I have no idea. So you just kind of, you know, keep the feelers open for ideas or
Right.
inspiration, or, you know, something that might happen.
Can you tell our viewers where they can find your music?
Sure. So I'm at JeneenTerrana.com, JeneenTerrana.com, and you can download music there.
Do you have any shows coming up that maybe you want to share with our viewers?
I'm really excited. I don't know if they'll see this in time, but tomorrow I'm going to be in a Johnny Cash tribute in Queens.
Ooh,
yeah.
Where in Queens?
It's in Long Island City.
What's the name of the venue?
It's called LIC Bar. It's one of my favorite places in Queens to play.
Very cool.
yeah.
Well, I think this time we're gonna
Listen
go
to our
into
next song. Yeah, it's
a video
called
clip.
Fast Lane. This next one. So very excited to hear it.
Let's get it.
I hope you guys enjoy.
Yeah.
Driving in your fast car, looking like a big shot. Boy, you gave him hell tonight. But all your trophies still can't make you smile. Living the express lane, skipping all the mundane. Boy, you make it look like fun. But when the music stops, where will you run? But you're on your way. You wanted this, you said you're on your way. I wish I could have stayed, but there was nothing left to give or take. You're in the fast lane now. Buy another girlfriend, buy another book, and buy another pretty face. The candy on your arm won't fill the space. Make another hit song, champagne women break dawn. Boy, you really got it made. But nothing ever sinks into your skin. But you're on your way. You wanted this, you said you're on your way. I wish I could have stayed, but there was nothing left to give or take. You're in the fast lane now. Looking for the quick fix, looking for the next thing, looking for to numb the pain. But nothing ever seems to fill the ache. But you're on your way. You wanted this, you said you're on your way. I wish I could have stayed, but there was nothing left to give or take. You're in the fast
All right, we're back. That was great.
Amazing.
Who did the video?
It's a guy named Rob Cooper, and we shot the video in my neighborhood in Astoria, and then we did some shots in Dumbo in Brooklyn, and then in his backyard, actually.
Oh, that's
and it was
fun.
freezing cold that day. I remember there's parts in the video where I'm jumping up and down to try to stay warm.
Aw.
It was really that cold
That's
that day.
great. That's great.
It was fun, though.
I was going to ask you if there was one place that you could sing in the world, where would it be?
This is something I've dreamed about, actually. I had a dream of singing at the Colosseum in Rome, Italy. And I just picture, you know, the place is packed, it's dark, and there's the stage, and I'm wearing a white silk dress and singing, I don't know what. Actually, I was singing, in my vision, I was singing a Laura Fabian song. I don't know if you know who she is. She's kind of like a French, no, she's not French because Celine Dion's French, but Belgian, I think she is, like a Belgian Celine Dion. She's got an amazing voice. So yeah, in my vision of singing at the Coliseum, I was doing a Laura Fabian song.
And you did a lot of like theater and opera training, right? Mm-hmm. Do you feel like do you still do that, or do you, because you kind of are in like more of a folk pop style. Mm-hmm. So do you miss like the opera at all?
I do, yeah. I still, I have a practice room that I go to 4 days a week where I can sing as loud as I want. So I still, I warm up operatically and try to keep that part of my voice there, because I think it's important to have as a foundation. And also I like to end my shows with a tribute to my late grandfather, O Sole Mio. So I try to keep a little bit of that in, in what I'm doing. But I also really love theater and even just straight acting. I got to do a Shakespeare play last year. I played one of the witches in Macbeth, and that was such an amazing experience, and I never thought I'd feel the same way about anything else, but I feel like singing and acting kind of do the same thing for me.
That's
it's really
amazing. So you're still doing it all. You're not just focusing on the music. You're able to...
I dabble.
That's awesome. You're well-rounded. You'll never go out of business as a performer.
So if there was one artist, alive or dead, that you would like to perform with, if you had the opportunity to, who would that be?
That's a great question, too. There's two people that I'm kind of obsessed with right now that are men. I love Brandon Flowers. I just think he's such a down-to-earth, well, he seems like it anyway in the videos, down-to-earth guy, and I've seen the Killers in concert a bunch of times. I saw him in concert, and I love his voice, and I would, love to do a duet with him. And I also really like Matthew Bellamy from Muse. His voice knocks me out of the park every time I hear it, so it'd be really great to meet him and sing with him too. I think it'd be fun.
Who would you sing with? Do you sing?
Yeah, I was gonna ask you that question. Going in the shower, maybe karaoke if I had enough tequila. You know what? I'm gonna ask you that question.
You don't know who you'd sing with?
No.
Who would I sing with? I would sing with Chris Stapleton. He's my favorite vocalist. His wife sings backup for him.
Wow.
But I think I should sing backup for him sometime. I would really enjoy that.
What about, is there a female artist that you would like to sing?
Female artist, I'm an Adele fan. I'm an Adele girl all the way, definitely.
Kaytlin, by the way, is also a singer, very talented one. And if I did have to choose, it would be Prince, because I'm like,
you and Prince would definitely put on quite the show. Yep, with that red jacket and the heels, you guys would match. So we'll do a little bit of a fun round.
Yes.
Okay.
We're just going to ask like fun questions.
Silly questions.
Don't think too hard, just whatever comes to mind.
Dogs or cats?
Cats.
Cats?
Yeah.
I'm a dog person. But that's okay. We need cat people in the world too to save cats.
I have a cat.
Beach or pool?
Beach.
Beach all the way.
Yeah, definitely.
What's another one I had?
Cake or popcorn?
Oh God, I love both. Together, can I combine them? That'd be a hard one to choose.
You can't. You have to choose.
Then
It's a life or death situation.
probably be cake.
Probably cake. Yeah. You seem to be good at like the cake stuff.
I like sweets, yeah.
Are you more of a night out or a movie night in type of gal?
I kind of go between both. Lately, it's been in the winter. I'm more of a stay home and watch movies on the couch, but in the summer, I love to be out.
I've noticed that about I'm from Florida. The seasons,
Okay.
we should be able to hibernate too.
I agree.
Animals.
If you can choose one person, dead or alive, that you can have dinner with, who would it be?
That is a great question. Let me think. Mozart seemed like a fun guy to hang out with, a little crazy, but it'd be probably very interesting to have dinner with him.
That's awesome.
What about you?
Have dinner with? Oh dear. Anyone in the world?
Yeah.
Maybe Madonna.
Oh, that would be
God,
interesting.
That would be so
I
cool.
feel like I could learn a lot from her.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Fierce woman.
But anyways, we're going to be wrapping up here shortly. Thank you so much for joining us.
You're
Thanks
so
for
amazing.
having me.
Inspiring.
Yes.
So talented.
And you're going to perform live now a song called The Crooner, which is not yet been recorded, not
No.
yet been released, I guess.
No.
Is it going to be on a future album? Are you already starting a new one?
Yeah, I started working on a new EP, so it will
amazing.
definitely be on that one.
Very cool. When do you think we'll hear that music? Like, when will it be finished?
I hope to have it finished by the end of the year.
Cool.
For tomorrow's show, are you going to be performing that live or no?
I'll be doing Johnny Cash songs tomorrow, so I'm doing 40 Shades of Green as a duet with a friend of mine, and then a song called I'll Remember You, which is not a very popular
And
Johnny
that's at
song.
live or live?
Long Island City Bar. Mhm.
Okay. Awesome.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Well, once again, thanks for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
And you guys are going to love her live.
Yes.
Like I said, she was trained in opera theater, so you probably have one of the best, most controlled voices ever. And so here it is. Never before heard, released, recorded, The Crooner. Enjoy. And thanks again, guys, for watching.
Thank you, viewers.
We'll see you next time.
Bye.
His crooning sets my soul at ease, the voice of sand and silk. My mind escapes to a stillness not natural to me. The aging singer tells me things I dare not say nor think, but I sit with him a while and I'm at rest, swirling like a cloud above my head. I hear the voice of an angel calling, swirling like a cloud above my head. I hear the sound of loss and loneliness. The words he sings, the chords he rings, each time he plucks the string, I sense the beating of his heart and I match it with mine, leaving all my judgment and my logic in my drink. I fantasize of he and I in an intimate embrace, swirling like a cloud above my head. I hear the voice of an angel calling, swirling like a cloud above my head. I hear the sound of loss and loneliness. Although he'll never speak my name or know the way he moves me, in my heart there lies a chamber